Now, the good news, Coach, is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears.
Set to kick off.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Set. 10 Lobo.
Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Get it.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Off play action. Herbert. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, Singletary. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go now.
It looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Let's go. Give me something.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 20-yard line.
Ready. 10. Touchdown.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache. Slam, slam, slam. Check 31. Check 31.
Watch the safety creep.
Blue draw Coker.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Bears, first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Joker. Check 26.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
You're not ready.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. They gonna need some therapy after this.
64. Weak.
On 2nd down now. It's Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said right down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
That's another.
They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
For mine.
You know, you're really smart with whatever they're doing, though. It's working really well.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
54. Good. Watch the twist.
Check 25.
26.
25.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about.
Burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here we go. 70 ending. 55. Mike. 61. Match box. Mike, watch the screen. Yeah.
SOS.
Let it go.
They'll try and run for it with Jones.
Double up.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. He was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Joey Bosa with the tackle for loss. How about that pedigree in his family?
Yeah, some good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
Dad played the NFL first-round draft pick. Uncle was a first-round draft pick. He's got a brother coming behind him. But Joey Bosa, guy plays really, really hard and plays all aspects on defense.
So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Ready.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first down. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get that ball. Hard. Get that ball. Watch twist. Look at me. Door. Ready.
On the counter, this is Singletary. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tighten up. Greystone travel. They go.
From the gun, Herbert. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
I'm going to hit you all.
It's got to the point where you see guys like that make that type of a catch.
Ready, break.
Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're after a wide receiver.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you got to take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
At the Bears' 38-yard line.
A give, Singletary right side, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Really nice pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and short, and you figure, let's go ahead and run it again. But, boy, that outcome leaves you in a difficult 3rd down, doesn't it?
Didn't stand a chance from the start. You could tell they were going in the wrong direction. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game. Because then you rely on your defense, you rely on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
We gonna shut y'all down. Ready.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Mike 55, right there in the middle, 55. I got him. Hold up. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Play action. Haskins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability.
No good. Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been if he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, go get a little closer this time. Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out.
Touchdown, Chicago!
They can't see it.
O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. You throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. taken down at the 18. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman. Orlando Illis stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Hill on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 42-yard
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this one in.
We got 6
Bears touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as we get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Got it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here. An inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Herbert.
Watch the slant.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You ready?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On 3rd down, they go to Singletary. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Matt Weil now. And look at this. It's a fake. A big breakdown defensively there. The fake punt turns into a huge play and a first down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Farrell able to get him for a loss of about 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Haskins now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. First carry for the fullback, Aaron Ripkowski. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so bonus a 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
What I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
55 to Mike. You echo.
From the 40 now on second down. Haskins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. On first down, it's Haskins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
3rd and 7.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. He sets up the screen to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19.
That's another.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Jayon Brown came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You must be go.
They go play action with Haskins. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 23 yards, the final tally. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll try again with Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Aaron Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Bears 33.
Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. Parker, the intended target. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turned out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Mike,
They'll go again to Jones.
Coming to you.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Good job there keeping him to a short game. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make a fundamental tackle.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Haskins now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now. Haskins on first down. That one complete to Hill. And now the juke. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that. They've got a 1st and 10. And they try to sweep the Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, vertical. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football and making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end. But now it's 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The kick by Marr is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go!
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4. It's caught by Mike Evans. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path. A significant number.
Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Looking to throw. Herbert. And this is caught by Evans. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to go this season.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Again, it's Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
First down.
Watch twist. Watch
First
twist.
and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
I know you
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
Jam him. Hey, check.
He's got a first down past the 30. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Ready up.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 18. Parker unable to get that one. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Chef. 8-3. 2-18.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12.
Hey, here I come. 61. Match box. Right, here I come.
Now it's Haskins. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Marr now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Bears 50, Lions nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
Lions offense ready to
91.
kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game? And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Chris Jones, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Sheldrick Redwine with good coverage that time as he was there to knock it away. Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. On 4th down, Herbert, he's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably at hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Sure.
Rolling up, I'm in the brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made